Welcome back to Gaming Assembled. Today is part 3 of our CK3 A Game of Thrones House Forrester series. Thank you for joining us. Before we start, we'd love to hear from you. So like, comment and subscribe to the channel and interact with us on social media. And thank you to Elio Dias, Nathan Rigdon, Sean Watson and Snowder123 for subscribing already. Let's get started. Okay, so welcome back to Westeros, welcome back to the north. This is part 3, I think we're on now, of the Forrester campaign. So, moving forward, I've had some fantastic comments on episodes 1 and 2. Thank you ever so much for those. I've had some very interesting discussions about the way that we have gone so far, the sort of speed that we've increased our realm. There's been some question as to whether I've done that from the right motivations or not. Well, I get that. I mean, if you are not sure what I'm talking about, there was a thread in the comments instigated by a chap called Coconut. Hello there. And the idea was that he felt that I was not being true to this character, and I was playing as if I was more this guy. Well, I mean, my response to that I've sort of put in the comments and things, and I think it says it nicely there. I mean, all I'll say here is that, I mean, I completely take on board what you're saying and things, and I'm going to try and balance things up a little bit more. Perhaps I've not emphasised our stewardship traits enough in terms of our decision-making and things. I've leaned a lot on the authoritative and the impatience of it, so that's the speed that we've expanded, and I've leaned a little bit more on the blood feud sort of thing between the two houses. Maybe I've learnt on that too much, and things. I think a little bit of vassal management and a little bit of realm management, looking after, building holdings. I mean, we can do that. Let's put some forestry in there, perhaps. That's, improving our income and things like that. And obviously forestry is what we're famous for in this family, so it makes sense. But we'll do that and things and try and keep adding little bits to our realm in terms of stewardship and things. But I think it doesn't preclude us from doing other things. We are an authoritative character. We we're now deceitful. So again, that changes our view slightly and our way of thinking. We're also in this feud, we're not simply going to stay home and count our coins and trim the grass and, plant new trees. That's not entirely us. We're not a pacifist, but we're not about trying to paint the map at our colour. That's not what this is about. We're using that as a means to an end to try and achieve our goal. You add into that the fact that the Glovers are not our rightful liege. They... we might like them in some cases, but the idea is that our de jure duchy is this, not Wolfswood. So, I think, it's something to bear in mind. So where do we go from here? I mean, we said last time we need to try and work on getting independence from the Glovers so we can try and form our own High Kingdom, not High Kingdom, High Lordship even. I've been having a quick look at how I can do that. I don't think there's really an opportunity to do that at the moment. There is this Liberty faction going here to lower Crown authority, and I think that's a good idea, but the only problem I've got is that he's in it. And so I'm hesitant to join it because I don't think that we would send our forces to fight alongside. If it came to war, I don't think that from a roleplay perspective, the Forresters would send their forces to fight alongside the Whitehills. I just don't think we'd do that. I think that would go completely against what we're trying to do. So I don't think I can join that faction for that reason. So I think what we do is we just see how we go. Yes, at the end of the last one, it came up with a thing, an event to kill Lord Ludd. Since we'd had a bit of a run-in with a white, it's changed us a little, and we've got this deceitful trait. So I think that combine that with the feud, I think perhaps we would, and that's what we did. So we are looking to try and implement that, and so we've just been adding something to our efforts to kill him. So let's carry on. Let's see what opportunities arise, and we'll take it from there. The crevasse. While travelling over after heavy snow, the ground suddenly gives way beneath my horses. Moments later, I find myself in a deep crevasse that the snow had hidden. With the cold of night approaching, I know I will not survive until help arrives. Perhaps I can climb out, so 50% chance I gain some prestige, 30% chance I spend some, 10% chance I'm wounded, 10% I'm maimed, or there must be another way, so look for another opening. Well, we're impatient, so I don't think we'd want to sit around and wait. I don't think sitting back and carefully calculating what we do is our thing. I think we're a bit, let's do this now. So let's try and climb out. The climb is not easy, but I manage. A few times I thought I might slip and fall to my death, but my grip was strong. I do not stand again until I am well away from the opening of the crevasse, crawling my way to safety. I'm lucky to be alive. Okay, brilliant. So we need to add mountain climber to this, evidently. Blunder results in a claim. You got an unpressed claim of the lordship of Alpine. Where is that? That's there. Okay. So I have got a claim on that. Now, if I went for that, I don't think I could even... Can I even go for that? Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. So obviously it's... with him not being under my liege. So I could do that. I also have a claim over here as well. And I could equally go for that. I'm not sure if I would, though. Because as we said, it's not about purely painting the map a different colour. I'm not expanding for the sake of expanding. That's not what we're trying to do. So I don't think that one I would. I don't think there's any reason to take that. I have no interest in that land. I'd be taking it just for the sake of taking that land. This one down here, where is it? Is it that one? There we go, it's that one. That one is actually part of the de jure title that I'm going for. So maybe there is a reason to take that one. Again, not purely about trying to increase my holdings. It's not about that. It's about trying to get that high lordship, trying to get one over on these, gain control the situation and the narrative and things. So I could look at taking that. I don't really want to go... I like the idea of having Roderick as a vassal, to be honest with you. But, of getting the High Lordship and, having him as one of my vassals, that would be better, really, in a way. We're very sort of similar sort of people in many respects. And we're both, I think, are, loyal supporters of the Starks. So, I'm not sure. I don't think we do. We've got the claim, yes, and, that's somehow just happened to come our way. But, we've got enough of the High Lordship anyway. you know, so we need 3. We've got 3 out of 3. We've got that. We've got the gold. We just need the opportunity to get it. We need to be free of the Glovers. So I don't think there's any reason why we would need to take that. We're not warlike. So I think we don't. I think we carry on as we are. We just try and work towards getting independence. I think that's all that really matters. We're not about trying to conquer the world. Who is she? No idea. Right, anyway, she's dead anyway. Goodbye. Right, winter has come early. My liege, as the sour-faced farmer standing before me says, these summer snowstorms have decimated my crop. There is no chance I will ever recover, especially with the harvest soon. I know not what I will do. If I cannot provide for my family this season, especially with winter coming soon. There must be something you can do. The farmer is bold to demand of me relief for his farm, but these summer snowstorms have been damaging to farms across the country. Well, this is an opportunity for us to show off our stewardship traits. I think we know that supporting our farmers and supporting the people who make our lands what they are is important. So I think we would support him with that. I think we'd look at helping him, give him some compensation for that. I think to say you're a northerner, you know, dig deep and find a bigger pear, I think that's not what we'd do. You know, yes, we're not particularly a nice guy as such, but there's an economic interest in supporting the guys who support us. So I think we go with that. It began as an occasional treat, an unusual habit, but I'm a good Wolfswood clansman, and what Wolfswood clansman hasn't eaten some dodgy herring in his time? Over the last few weeks, though, Miranda's predilection for utterly rotten fish has gone from tolerable idiosyncrasy to pungent omnipresence. This morning, when I discovered what she'd done to the latrine, I decided I'd had enough. I found her in the hall, face soaked in fetid brine, half a fisheye lazily dripping down her chin. So, who is this? This is our courtier, who is of no particular importance to us whatsoever. She is just a randomer who happens to be at our court somehow, for some reason. Now, let's see. Sit down, Miranda, we need to talk. So we're talking to her nicely. I'm not sure that we'd particularly do that with just a commoner. Perhaps I could simply move my quarters. We certainly wouldn't do that just on behalf of a commoner. You know what? Dungeon now. Maybe we do that. You know, as I said, the authoritative side of us. You know, we're not particularly necessarily easygoing. What a shame! It seems my attention is required far away. Absent ruler. I think we go with that one. I think that's more us, and I think that will help. Recording a memory. So some moments must be recorded forever. The time that I started war against Lord Robert of Flatmire is one of them. Such an incredible memory must be preserved for all of time. I might not be a good writer, but with time and effort I could surely pen something myself. Assembling and illustrating a tome can quickly become a costly endeavour, however. I will record it myself, the old gods willing. So, 50 gold, no time for this. But it's obviously important to us. Yeah, let's do it. See what happens. Not a lot, it would seem. Oh, there we go. Fireside Tales. The fire crackles, casting long shadows over the walls of the servants' quarters. A wizened old woman holds children agog with her tails. The Culebra is an unfathomably huge serpent. Though it is practically immortal, the serpent is lazy and rarely moves from its refuge deep in a cave. Its treasures are said to be amongst beyond comprehension, and then and its spit can heal diseases. The fire sputters and fades as the old woman finishes her story and chivies the children to prepare for bed. What a fun old tale. Nonsense ghost stories. I think we go with the nonsense. We ain't got time for this. We're impatient. So, upset Baron. So, that's happened because of poor martial skill. Okay, fine, fair enough. We have a new stewardship perk. Soon forgiven, golden obligations, chains of loyalty. Well, I think we said we'd go down the administrator track. I think that was more us. So we go with that. Again, that's, I suppose, about our stewardship. Can we improve on these things further? So we've got cattle lands. We can improve them to give us a bit more gold. And give us a bit of levies as well. Let's do this. Let's go with that one, resin collectors. So again, it's sticking with our tree theme, which is obviously a key part of the Foresters, given that they are the Foresters. Murder en route. When the time comes, my agents will need a safe escape route out of Lord Ludd's castle should anything go wrong. A detailed map of the local taiga with its hidden paths and caves would be an invaluable resource. So we will pay a hunter. And that scheme, okay. So he ratted on us, basically. So we've lost a little bit of secrecy, but we should hopefully still be okay. Sinister consideration. As I make my way back from the Godswood, Lord Ned of Greenwood approaches me with a lascivious grin. Thorin, I know you, and I know both the truth, and I both know the truth to be entertainingly malleable, and those foolish enough to fall for deception deserve for what comes to them. After all, who can tell us how the old gods would want us to live? We clearly have more in common than not. I think you and I should spend more time together, away from the rotten brains of simple people. What do you say? Sure, why not? Wonderful idea. Becomes my friend. Sounds like a good idea to me. So, Snake at Court, I'm heading for my chambers to enjoy some blessed sleep when I hear a faint rustle from a window. Just the wind, I think, until the wind starts to speak. Jonelle, open up my honeycomb, it's Carl. I push the shutters open, and lo and behold, a man has climbed up to Lady Jonelle's windows. This is my wife. It's Carl, the son and heir of my rival, Lord Ludd. So, he's seduced, so a 19-year-old has seduced my 74-year-old wife. Is that basically what's going on there? Okay. So, characters close to Lady Jonelle who dislike fornication. I mean, that's just bad. I mean, there's rivalry and there's taking it too far. I mean, Jesus Christ. That's just bad. Oh, dear. Okay. Right, well, how's it going with Lord Ludd? Are we getting there? 4 years to go on this thing. Blizzard. The snow has fallen constantly since the hour of the wolf. As I see my steward enter the throne room, I know the discussion will detail the effects of the blizzard on my hold. We could offer shelter and food to those caught in this weather, but doing so will disrupt the work going on in the hold. Unfortunately, the hold must come first. I will not let my people suffer, or I have no control over the weather. So, are we that bothered about our people? I mean, help people, so holding taxes are less, popular opinion is increased. Unfortunately, the hold must come first, garrison size, popular opinion, do nothing, just basically Dreadgate. Well, again, I think we know that looking after the people is good for business. I think that's possibly what we'd do. So we'll go with that one. We'll lose a little bit of money, but it's not like we're greedy or anything. It's more about good administration rather than greed for money and resources. So, helping hand. Like all worshippers of the Seven, my rival Lord Lud shares more with the Seven who are one, and by extension, mores than he shares with most mortals. If only I could get the Septum to relay some of the Lord Lud's fears and plans to me. Okay, it's for the good of the faith. You've already agreed to help me, so... And that's between him and the Seven who are one. Well, that gives us the best chance. We'll go with that. Okay, so again, pious contact, so that's helped. So we've increased a little bit. Okay, so he's back again. I'm heading for my chambers to enjoy some blessed sleep and hear the faint rustle. So, right, so it's the same thing that's happened again. He's at the window trying to seduce someone old enough to be his grandmother. For the sins of a father, a loud scream cuts through the bustle of my courtyard. Hated fopdoodle, I am the son of Lord Lud, and the time has come for you to answer for your vile misdeeds. Face me, or the world will know you are unwilling to defend your own honour. As I turn around, I am met by burning eyes of a man consumed by the desire to defend the honour of his father. My guards are still nearby. If I wish I could have this hothead thrown out, humiliated and impotent. So this is a challenge. So I don't think it's in our interest to fight him. He's a much younger man. He's only 15. He's rowdy. He's sadistic. He's better at prowess than us. We're an old man. You know, we're 75. We've no business to be fighting duels at this point. So I think we get our guards to basically deal with him. Guards, get rid of him. I think we do that. Because we're not doing fighting duels at this point. That's just silly. We wouldn't do that. John Aaron has died, and so his son, who is only 3, has now taken over as Lord Paramount of the Vale. That sounds like a very good way to handle affairs, of course. To the perceptive Thorin, please accept this humble gift. It's not much, but I hope it is of use to our continued friendship. There's 100. Thank you. Excellent. So we've got plenty of gold. I mean, let's see. Is there anything else we can do? We could continue to invest in this, or we could save up for another holding. That might be better. So I think we'll do that. But what we could do, we are quite loyal to the Starks. So what we could do, host him as an honoured guest. So let's see what happens with that. Let's do that. Let's invite Lord Stark. Rodwell, an itinerant bard, popular with the common folk, has arrived at my court. A local landowner encouraged him to seek me out so he might perform for myself and my household. Prior to the performance, he came to me to ask what sort of music we would find most pleasing to our ears. So, simple pious ballad. We're not particularly religious, I don't think. Perhaps a ballad about me. Again, I don't think we're that self-centered. Sing the Valour of House Forrester. Take your music elsewhere. I think we have to go with that one. I think that's the one to do. Went over swimmingly. That's good. So, my counsellor Desmond died. So, he has been succeeded by his son, Lord Roderick. So, let's have a look at my council. So, he was my marshal. So, let's have a look. What's he good at? He could be, he's probably best as a marshal. He's not the best marshal that I've got, but he is probably best serving in that capacity. So, perhaps we'll go with that. Unless there's somebody better, but I think that's looking all right. Yeah, I think that's the best way. So I don't think there's anything else we need to do in terms of our councillors and things. I think, again, I want to be loyal to our vassals. You know, I want to be loyal to the people who serve us and things. So, I mean, we've got more than we can be loyal to, I suppose, in terms of more options. But you know, I think well, we could change him over. I mean, he's one of our vassals, just like anyone else. He's a Tuttle. Who is that guy? Oh, he's a lowborn. So I think we stick with our vassal. I think he's someone who, you know, I think in the stories and things and whatever, the Tuttles and whatever were particularly close to the Foresters, so we'll leave him in his position. I don't think there's any reason to change it, and that's fine. Let's just close that. So I did invite Lord Stark for, or at least I thought I had. I thought I invited him as an honoured guest. What does that do? You extend your hospitality to Lord Stark and honour them with a ritual celebration. I thought I'd done that. Maybe I've done that and he didn't give me an event. Oh well. I thought I'd be able to invite him with a, invite him to dinner or something, but okay, never mind. Rogue administration. With much self-satisfied ceremony, my captain, Lord Roderick, slams a bulging sack down before me. Look, he bids. I empty its contents. Precious metal, heirlooms, trinkets. I've convinced some of Lord Lud's commoners, grins Roderick, their taxes were meant for you, my liege. It's a decent windfall, and even better, I can just imagine the beady-eyed look of wrath on the Lord's detestable face. I think definitely we keep his stuff. No, we're not returning them. Excellent. We've got a load of free money. Celebration in High Point. Morse tells me a local celebration at High Point, the home of Lord Lud, is struggling with money. If it is held, it would draw a lot of people, both high and low, to the area. A perfect opportunity for infiltration. So we'll use the taxes that we've just borrowed from him to help our cause. Written in the stars, a lord to scare a local mystic with dubious morals and a fabricated omen. Perfect. Before the mystic leaves for Lord Lud's court, there is but one question. Will my false omen be one of fortune or doom? A bad omen. Okay, he grows more vigilant. That sucks. But it's looking fairly good for us killing him. So I think we're going to get to this. I have corresponded with your Chancellor. Shameful diplomatic display. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Plush exotic carpet. So plush, vibrant and soft as the first light of dawn. A merchant presents me with an exquisite carpet in the hopes of good future relations. As I marvel at the fine weave, I am struck by a thought. Wouldn't a carpet like this muffle the treading of feet, even conceal the steps of a bumbling agent? Lord Lud will be honoured by such a gift. And he gains extra vigilant. So we're going to wait a little bit longer. We will get there. We will get him. I'm determined to get him. Have we got our guy supporting schemes? No, we haven't. We should do that. We could even add our wife into that as well. She can add a little bit more. Evening reflections. As I sip my mug of newly invented brandy, eyes scanned over my latest scrolled work. Truly, I am one of the great artistic minds of my age. Okay. Is there anything in our in here about poetry? No, not particularly. Well, we'll go for it. We'll become a poet. The heroic poacher. Dennis is a poacher well known to my guards, as he has evaded them for years. While I normally would have no issue delivering justice Is that spelt right? I don't think that's spelt right, is it? I don't know. Justice to one that has been a thorn in my guard's side for so long. How Dennis came to into my guard's custody, as even my harshest guards asking for mercy. A travelling merchant was held up by highwaymen, but he and his family only survived due to Dennis's fighting off the bandits and escorting the family to safety. There he was apprehended by my guards. Even the merchant is offering a large sum for the man's safety. Well, I agree. I mean, I'll take the merchant's gold, so I could take that. I'm not, as I say, a greedy person. Yes, I'm a steward, but I'm not a greedy person. To hell with poaching, join me. So, the wall needs men like you. So, I could send him to the wall. Or I could use him myself. I don't think I particularly need him. So I'll send him to the wall. They'd be good up there. Okay. So, vassals are less likely to join independent factions. Direct bet likeable. We'll go with likeable. Oh, I've just realised I've got a thing here we're not using. A trinket. A memory of Lord Robert. There we go. Assassin. The time has come, finally. The agents are in place. One of them will pay the assassin the very night the deed will happen. Another will ensure the wall is unguarded. A third will leave a subtle trail of candles to Lord Ludd's bedchamber. Everything is in place. The plan worked and Lord Ludd of High Point is finally dead. That's one less Whitehill to worry about in any case. Thankfully, my involvement in the crime remains unknown. This is only the beginning. Till death do us part. So my wife has died. Okay. Gained a nemesis. Lord Carl grew up hating you. This was a consequence of the feud between House Whitehill and Forrester. So he grew up hating me. I'm his nemesis. I like it. Well, we could see about doing a bit more with him and trying to kill him too. But I think for now, we'll leave it there. Please do comment, like, and subscribe. Please give me your thoughts on the way we're going, and we'll see what we can do moving forward. But for now, as ever, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.